Hello, my dear children. In the chapter 3, chapter 3, coordinate geometry, exercise 3.2, exercise 3.2. In the previous video, in the previous lesson, yesterday we have discussed the coordinates of a point in different quadrants. In the first quadrant, if a point is given in the first quadrant, what are the coordinates of a point? If the point is in the second quadrant, then in that case, what are the coordinates of the point? If a point is given in the third quadrant, then what are the coordinates of a point? And if a point is given in the fourth quadrant, then what are the coordinates of a point? Okay, my children. Now a question arises in your mind. Then what about the coordinates of the points on coordinate axis? See here, let us take that point here to discuss. Okay, my children. You know this is x axis and this is a y axis and this is the origin. Okay, my children. Suppose a point is given A. A is lying on x-axis, positive x-axis, and B is lying on positive x-axis. The point C is lying on positive y-axis, and point D is lying on positive y-axis. Point E lies on negative x-axis. Point F lies on negative x-axis. Point G lies on negative y-axis, and point H lies on negative y-axis. All these are lying on coordinate axis. They do not belong to any quadrant. Okay, my children, we don't say this point belongs to first quadrant, or this point lies in the first quadrant, this point lies in the second, fourth quadrant, like this. These points are lying on the coordinate axis. In this case, what are the coordinates of these points? See here, let us take this first point A. How do you find the coordinates of the point? How do you find the x coordinate of a point? The distance of the point, from y-axis. The distance of the point from y-axis. See, it is along the, we are measuring the distance from along the x-axis, positive x-axis. So 3 units. This point is at a distance of 3 units measured along the positive x-axis. So its x coordinate is 3, and it is at a distance of 0 units, because that point lies on the x-axis itself. So the distance of this point A from x-axis is 0 units. It means its y coordinate is 0. Understood the coordinates of the point A? Okay, my children? Right, come to the point B. This point is at a distance of 6 units, measured along a positive x-axis. That is why its x coordinate is 6, and it is at a distance of 0 units, because it lying on the x-axis. So its distance from the x-axis is 0. So its y coordinate is 0. Remember this point, my children. X coordinate of a point denotes the distance of the point from x-axis. X coordinate of a point denotes the distance of the point from y-axis, and y coordinate of a point denotes the distance of the point from x-axis, or just opposite. Okay, my children. Similarly, see the coordinates of the point C. This point is at a distance of 3 units from the x-axis. 3 units from the x-axis. So its y coordinate is 3, but it is at a distance of 0 units. It is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. So its x coordinate is 0. Understood the coordinates of the point C, my dear children. Similarly, point D, it is at a distance of 5 units from the x-axis. It is at a distance of 5 units from the x-axis. So 5 is the y coordinate, and it is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. So its x coordinate is 0. Is it clear, my dear children? Any confusion? Right. Now come to the point E, coordinates of the point E. This point is along the x-axis. This point lies on negative x-axis. It is at a distance of y units. It is a distance of 2 units from the y-axis measured along the negative x-axis. Okay, my dear children. So its x coordinate is -2, and it is at a distance of 0 units from x-axis. So its y coordinate is 0. Understood the coordinates of the point E, my dear children? Right. Similarly, come to the point F. It is at a distance of 4 units from the y-axis. It is at a distance of 4 units from the y-axis measured along the negative x-axis. So its x-coordinate is -4, and it is at a distance of 0 units from x-axis. It is at a distance of 0 units from x-axis. So its y-coordinate is 0. Understood the coordinates of the point F, my dear children? Right. Similarly, come to the point G. The point G is at a distance of for 3 units, at a distance of 3 units measured along negative y-axis. So its y coordinate is -3, and it is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. It is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. So its x coordinate is 0. Understood the coordinates of the point G, my dear children? Right. Now come to the point H. Coordinates of the point H. It is at a distance of 6 units from x-axis. It is at a distance of 6 units from x-axis measured along negative y-axis. So its y coordinate is -6. Its distance of the point is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. It is at a distance of 0 units from y-axis. So its x coordinate is 0. Is it clear, my dear children? If a point lies on the coordinate axis, if it lies on the x-axis, its y coordinate is 0. Observe these points A, B, E, F. All these 4 points are lying on the x-axis. If you observe the coordinates of these points, y coordinate is 0. See here 0, y coordinate. Here y coordinate is 0. Here y coordinate is 0. Here y coordinate is 0. So we generalized this property. Any point on x-axis, has 0 as its y coordinate. Okay, my dear children. Similarly, if you observe D, C, G, H, if you observe these 4 points, observe the coordinates of these 4 points, my dear children. X coordinate is 0. Here x coordinate is 0. Here x coordinate is 0. Here also x coordinate is 0. So any point on the y-axis, its abscissa means x coordinates. Its x coordinate is 0. Remember this point, my dear children. In 1 mark question or in multiple choice type questions, they will ask you. Okay, my dear children. Is it clear this point, my dear children? Right. In the exercise 3.2, the sums are based on the finding the coordinates of a point, the coordinates of the points in a plane. So I have already explained by taking some examples. There are only 2 sums in the exercise 3.2. So I am not explaining the 2 sums here. You try the questions. Will you make an effort in solving the two sums in the exercise 3.2, my dear children? Right. If you have any doubts, ask your doubts and get your doubts clarified. Now come to the exercise 3.3. Now the exercise 3.3. In this exercise 3.3, there is only one point. We discuss here only one point. That is locating or placing or marking or plotting. We use any one of these four words. All these four words give the same meaning. Locating a point, placing a point, marking a point, and plotting a point in the plane if its coordinates are given. Okay, my dear children. The exercise 3.3, all the sums are given on the point, locating the points in a plane if its coordinates are given. Okay, my dear children. So listen this concept very carefully. Are you ready to listen the class, my dear children? Right. Are you ready to learn this point, my dear children? Right. So in order to plot the points, in a plane, here coordinates of the points will be given. In the previous exercise, points are given, already points were plotted. We have found coordinates of the points. In the reverse order, here points coordinates will be given. Coordinates of the points will be given. We have to plot the points in the coordinate geometry, in the coordinate plane or xy plane. In the Cartesian plane, we have to plot it. We have to place, we have to mark that points. Okay, my children. So in order to plot the points in a plane, we use the following algorithm. We use the following algorithm. You have a doubt. What is meant by algorithm, sir? So here, see, algorithm means a series of well-defined steps. A series of well-defined steps which gives a procedure for solving a type of problem. You learn this point in 10th class first chapter. Okay, my children. Algorithm means steps. Just you remember, you take this meaning. Algorithm means steps. We follow these steps for plotting the points in a xy plane if its coordinates are given. Okay, my children. Right.